Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Football Manager 2021 as we continue our Journeyman Glory Hunter series with somebody secretive. I haven't told you guys who we have taken over for yet. One thing I will tell you, though, is that we did lose our job with France, as expected, and we did pick up another job. We had a choice between Italy or England. And the team that I am now managing in league play plays for one of those inside one of those countries. You know who it is yet? See if you can guess between now and when we return from the little break. We'll be right back. All right. If you guessed England and Chelsea, give yourself a pat on the back. So there we go. We are playing as Chelsea in the English Premier Division, and we are playing as England as our nation as well. I almost went with Italy, and they were just so close. Italy probably had slightly better player like value and stuff like that. Some really good players. England's players are still good. It's just some of the really good ones are a bit older, so it's always possible. Honestly, it's very likely a lot of them will be retired between now and the next World Cup if we make it that far. But I mean, England offered me a little bit more money, and the fact that I could couple it with playing for Chelsea and kind of just see if I can even get any players that play within England, kind of go back and forth. I don't know. It just felt like something fun to do. Plus, England did win the European Championship most recently. Italy won it the year before England, but Italy has won the World Cup more recently. They won it 2 years ago. This year it was Belgium. Last year was France. And the year before that, it was Italy. So England has not won still since 1966. So can we bring it home again? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with England. I think I don't know. It's gonna be fun. Italy might have been a smarter choice just because I think they're a slightly better team right now, but they're only ranked 7th or 6th, and England's ranked 7th. They're very close to each other. So it's not like one is like drastically different from the other. So I think it'll be a little bit fun. We'll try it out. We'll see what happens. But obviously Chelsea here. Chelsea, I think, has a great chance for us to do some amazing things. As of right now, if we go look at competitions and the Premier Division, they are previewed to be 3rd. It was actually 4th or 5th a week or two ago. I guess some of the more recent players that I've brought in have bumped that up to 3rd. In fact, if you look, we have 6 of the top 11 players in England right now playing for us. So I think it's very, very possible for us to pick up a win here. And that's the plan. That is absolutely positively the plan. So let's go look at our transfers because we've definitely done a lot of transfers. We had a lot of money for Chelsea. Oh my goodness, it feels good to have some money. Let's go look at the transfers that we've had. Let's see, transfers. And we still have a couple more going on. I mean, the transfer window doesn't end for a couple more weeks, I think. Let's see. Way over here. So we've got several more weeks, about 2 or 3 more weeks. And we're definitely looking at a couple more players to fill in a few more spots. So we'll look at those. Just look at cash ones. The out players, I mean, I don't know if there's anybody here that you guys know or not. I mean, any of these guys real? I don't think any of these guys are actually real. Unal Gould or whatever. We've seen him before. He played for Zebra. Oh no, sorry, no, he's playing for Zebra now. He played for where have we seen him before? I remember the name. I just don't remember where I've seen him before. Did he play for France? Maybe like it might be double nationality for France, something like that. But trying to remember if there's any of those other ones that Todibo. We just saw Todibo in our France France game. He played for us there. We had him. We got rid of him because he's getting a little bit older, 34 years old. I wanted to get some younger guys in and see what we can go from there. Didn't get a lot of money for him, but yeah, that's the outs. Nobody there that I don't think anybody would really even know that much. I mean, the big ones, we got 54 million for Kiera here. We got 38.5 for obviously the Unal Gould, 24 million for Craig Lewis, and then 23 mil, 20 mil, stuff like that. So we've gotten some decent money. We've sold 219 mil, and we've paid 312 million pounds. And here's the guys we brought in. A couple of these you guys have seen. In fact, almost all of these you guys have probably seen at some point in this. So we did bring and love you in. I needed to get a goalkeeper. I know he can play well. He's not the best goalkeeper in the world, but he's a good goalkeeper. And he's been playing, above sevens, basically up until this last season, but that was 6.98. Above sevens or that 6.98 ever since we got him a couple years ago. In fact, there we go. That's when we brought him in from Celtic. So it hasn't been that long since we played for Marseille. So he's been playing for Marseille, been doing good stuff there. We then also went to RB Leipzig, picked up a player from there, Guido Baron here. He comes in as a very, very strong left wing back. He has been playing very, very well over sevens for the last few years in the Bundesliga. So good stuff there. And then we picked up Eduardo Augusto. He comes in. He's a Brazilian coming in from the Spanish team. So we've seen him, or not from Spanish team, from Barcelona. So I think we've seen him before, but he's going to be a strong defensive midfielder or central defender. We needed somebody else there. He's been playing outstanding for Barcelona in the first division. I mean, 7.29, 7.22. I mean, if your lowest over the last like 10 years almost, or 7 years or whatever, is 7.02, you're doing some things pretty good. So he's been playing very, very well for them for a while. And I thought we got him on a relatively, I mean, all these, as you can see, they could go up depending on how many games they play for us, how many international appearances they have, things like that. So a lot of these could get a lot more expensive, but I felt like we got some good players here. Joseph Segara here comes in from SLB. He comes in as a good, strong striker. We already had some really good strikers, but I wanted at least one more. Honestly, mostly it was just because I thought I would get a good price for him. And he's been playing ridiculously well for Portugal, I should say. 7.66, 7.65, 7.76. I mean, just outstanding player as well. He obviously used to play for Barcelona too. So there's that. And then last but not least, we brought in Christian Martelly here. He's the one we played the most for. Absolutely ridiculous price here, but we brought him in from Inter. We know Inter has some of the best players in the world, and we probably overpaid for this guy. Valued at 101 million. We paid, 110, going up to 140. But this guy has been just ridiculous as well for Italy, and we've definitely seen that firsthand the hard way. So we brought in some of the best, although there's still some really good players out there. So we'll see what happens. But I feel like we've got some really, really solid talent here. And we're looking at trying to get one more, I think, central defender that we're trying to bring in. He's more of a wonder kid level. So 3-star current, but could go up to 5-star. Just somebody to kind of grow into, because a lot of these other players are a little bit on the older side. This guy's at least 25. Segara, though, is 29. Augusto is 29. Baron is 28. And Love You is 26. So a couple of these guys are getting closer to the 30s, which they should still have a couple more years and enough years for us to get something out of them, while we're here. But I just wanted to get at least one youngster in here on the defensive side, because I felt like we had a little bit of a gap there, just in case. So anyway, here's the team. Let me go and look at all positions real quick. So here's the team. We got a lot of 4-star and higher players. I mean, Hugo Pierce, we have seen. He plays for England. I've seen him pop up in the English teams a bit, and we'll obviously also see him on our English squad. 27 years old, so we've actually got several years left with him. He should be our star player for our English national team for sure. Valencia, we've seen him before when we played for Spain. He's obviously a ridiculously strong player. Manga, I think he's a Spanish too. Yeah, we've seen him before. He played for Spain. I mean, I love that we're finally getting to a level where we've seen a lot of these players play for the national teams that we've been playing for. We've done Spain, we've done France, and now England. So we're going to see a lot of these guys. Joseph Segara, obviously we just picked him up. But some good players there. Rob Cooper, sorry. He's an English player, so he'll be on our English national team most likely. Vasseur here, we obviously saw him for France. He played pretty well for us there. Or is he the one I left out? I can't remember. I think, no, we had him. We had him, yeah. Martinelli, obviously, he's Italian. He comes in there. There's Guido, Mr. Guido for Argentina. But we got a lot of really strong players and a lot of options for how we play. I mean, we could play with attacking midfielders. We could play with just regular midfielders. We could play with wingbacks. Guido can play wingback. Reece James can play wingback. Martin Nicholas could play wingback on the right if we absolutely wanted to. That's probably our weakest option. Just like the midfielders, we don't really have a lot of options on the midfielder on the left, but we do have options. Oh, I just realized Oh no, I was going to say Adhikar, if he can only play midfielder on the left, we should move him on, but he can play attacking midfielder. So we'll keep him around for now. We have Jordan Allen, which we've seen before, obviously. Jordan Allen's a really good striker that we've had at RB Leipzig. He's been here for a little while, but I'll be honest, he's so far down the pecking order on, striker. He's way down here. For attacking midfielder on the right, he's pretty far down. I'm actually trying to sell him on and to see if we can get some other stuff going. Plus, selling him on will help us get the defender that I want to get, because I think defender is also one of our weakest spots right now. We've only got 2 that are above 4-star, and then it just drops off from there. So if I can get another good solid 3-star to kind of rotate in, then we might be okay. And honestly, we might even need 2 more defenders just to make things extra safe. But the formations we might be playing, there's one 4-3-3 DM wide, might be an option. Anyway, I am sorry for the yawns. I'm trying to squeeze out an episode here at the end of the day, and I apologize for the. I know it's a cliche for me to yawn during FM, but I'm really just trying to get an episode in, and it is pretty late, so it is what it is. But anyway, so here's one option, and I think we would fit pretty well with this. Vasur or Eduardo come back here as a defensive midfielder. That would leave one of them up there, and with Rob Cooper or something like that. There's definitely an option here. The one reason I might shy away from this one as our primary option is because we have 4 really strong attacking players, and it would be really unfortunate to sit one of them on the bench. I'd rather sit probably Rob Cooper on the bench maybe than one of these guys. So another option would be our old school 4-3-3, which we've seen a lot. Same idea though. This would be the exact same as what we just saw. We could feature 3 of our really awesome players. The 4th one would have to sit and come in off the bench because we'd have everybody else at the midfield. And if one of these guys could play in the midfield too, that would be awesome, but they can't. So more than likely, we're going to go with this one. A 4-2-3-1. I mean, they're very similar, obviously. Some similarities here. The difference between this one and the first one was just moving the defender up to the attacking midfielder instead. But this would allow us to play all 4 of our main guys, because 3 of them can play attacking midfielder in the center. Manga can play on the left, so that'll probably be where he plays. Valencia or Manga can play on the right, or Sagara. So any one of those 3 can play on the right. Pierce can play in the attacking midfield. I mean, we can move these guys around pretty readily. Technically, Baron can play up here, attacking midfielder on the left, if for some reason we wanted to put Martelly down here and Vasur on the right. So we have lots of options, and I think this one fits our strengths the most at the moment. We'll see if it does, in fact, fit what we're going to do in the league. We want to be a little bit more aggressive. The club expects us to be attacking football. They want us to be entertaining, play possession, high tempo. So we definitely want to kind of bump the tempo up a bit, whichever one we go with. In fact, let's see here. Yeah, higher tempo and things like that. So we're definitely want to just really be aggressive with our play and go from there. I just realized this is my assistant's suggestion. I don't know why he's got Henderson in here. Where's our other defender? Wait, who's our other defender? Stansfield? Where's the other one? What am I? I'm losing my mind. Eduardo, yeah. Eduardo Augusto Barbosa. Where is he? Barbosa. Am I blind? I'm blind. I do not see him at all. Oh, there he is. Oh, he can play midfield. I was looking for Barbosa. I was like, where's Barbosa? I forgot so he can play midfield. Okay. Well, I mean, we probably won't do that, but I didn't realize that was an option for him. Oh, another player I did bring on just because I could. I saw that the Premier League teams released some players, and I saw Hudson-Odoi on there. And obviously, years ago, he started his career at Chelsea. So I was like, you know what? Let's bring the guy. We didn't pay anything to bring him on. We're just giving him a tiny kind of nominal salary. I was like, whatever. let's bring Callum Hudson-Odoi back. One of the few players I actually know I've heard before. So we brought him back in here just because we can. So there you go. One thing real quick I just want to call out. I'm not going to bring any of the logo packs. There's a reason why Football Manager does not have the logo packs. And I know I've seen a lot of other YouTubers show the logo packs for the different teams, but those are technically copyrighted, And if Football Manager can't afford to pay for the logos or kind of get past the copyright on the logos, I definitely can't. So I'm not going to chance it, not going to risk it. I doubt anything would happen, but we're just not going to risk it. I'm not going to show any logos. That's why I didn't ever replace Zebra, either name or logo. So just it is what it is. The Premier League teams just don't have the logos. Actually, do any of them? A couple of them. Well, a couple of them maybe that have come up from below. I don't know if these are. I mean, Leicester's normally in Premier League, isn't it? And I feel like Blackburn might be. Watford. Some of these have been in and out, probably for sure. So some of these do have their logos, but a lot of them do not. So it is what it is. All right. Well, that's our team. That's our setup. I'm excited to get right into the first games. The friendlies went pretty well. Oh, by the way, I decided to play RB Leipzig as a friendly, and I decided to play Marseille. I couldn't squeeze in Lazio. Would have been fun, but we did pretty good against them. These first few, we played the 4-3-3 DM wide up to RB Leipzig, and then from Nottingham Forest on, we played the 4-3-3 just standard. Well, sorry, 4-3-3 narrow is what I'm trying to say. So we have not actually played the 4-2-3-1. Is that what it's actually called? 4-2-3-1. Did I get that right? Yeah, 4-2-3-1. I haven't actually played this, but I feel like the team would be okay. Truth be told, they are the only one that they're more familiar with is the 4-3-3. So they're actually fairly familiar with this one. So I think it'll be okay. We've got some really good players. I mean, they're just we got some outstanding players. Definitely one of the best teams I've ever managed. I mean, probably the next closest would be RB Leipzig, right? So it's definitely going to be fun to play with. And we'll see what we can do with the England national team. Anything else? The only other thing I'll show you real quick, I guess, I will show you the player I'm trying to get. We are trying to get Ellisman Euler in here. He's a central defender. He's a 20-year-old wonder kid central defender. So he's very ambitious, which I feel like is really good. Should help him to grow and develop nicely, especially if we put him underneath some of those, 30-plus-year-old defenders that we have that would kind of train him up and teach him the ropes and stuff like that and be mentor to him. So he should be a really strong pickup for us. We're getting him. He's valued at set 54. I think we're paying 70 for him. We're paying a little bit over for him, but I actually feel like he could turn into something awesome. So, excuse me. Here's the flannels again. So we're a little bit shy of that. I do need to sell at least one more player to pick up enough money to get him because we have been delaying that. So hopefully we can get Allen sold on, and that'll give us enough money to pick him up and maybe a little bit of cushion as well. So that's the plan. That's the idea. That's where we're at. It's awesome having an actual balance in the bank. And it's also nice to not have to change back and forth between pounds and euros between my two saves. So we're going to be pounds on my two saves for a little while. I really hope that we can knock out some stuff with Chelsea. We still have so much stuff to go back and do. We've still got to go to Spain. We still got to go back to France, and we still have to go back to Italy. I mean, we have so much to do, and we're running out of time very, very quickly. But I think if anybody has a chance to win a lot of these and check a lot of these boxes, Chelsea does. I mean, Chelsea can win the Champions League for sure. And we know that they can win the English Premier League and the Cup as well. So it would be awesome to knock out all three of those with Chelsea and then move on to wherever we need to move on to in probably Spain. I'll probably save going back to Italy and France for later. Unless, here's the thing though. I've got my list. I wrote it down. I've got my list of, there's my calendar of YouTube videos. But I wrote my list down of teams that I'm willing to go to. And if either Inter or Zebra opens up in Italy, we may have to go back to that. And if Barcelona or Real Madrid in Spain, those are the two in there, and then PSG, OL, or OM in France. So if any of those at this point would be what we would go with. But I'm hoping to stay at Chelsea at least until we check the boxes because we know they can. If we go look at competitions, Premier Division, and the stages, how far back do we have to go before Chelsea wins? Right there. I mean, 4 years. I mean, it's a little while. It's been a while. But, they have won. They're second there. There they are again, winning. So they've been in the conversation several times, and they've won it a couple times. If we go look at the English FA Cup, Chelsea hasn't won it in about 8 years, it looks like. But they won it, 3 times in about 8 years before there. So, or actually 4 times in about 10 years. So they have won it before. We know they can win it again. They're definitely very, very capable. So that is where we're at there. And then what about Champions Cup? Champions Cup. current holders are Barcelona. Chelsea has not won this one. Oh, they have not won this in a very long time. Actually, ever, it looks like. If this is the first one, it's as far back as we can go. So that would be a little harder maybe with Chelsea. We might have to wait for that one until we can move over to Barcelona and do Spain. But we'll give it a shot and go from there. Is there anything else I want to show you guys? I don't know. I'm excited. I felt like I've been beat up the last, several episodes, with Lazio and then Spain thrown in there in the middle of that, and then France, and I felt beat up. I'll be honest. I feel like I have just hit a wall with this challenge, and we got some early success, and then we just have absolutely hit a wall. So I'm hoping to turn things around here. We'll see. And I would love it would be just it would just be what am I trying to say? It would just be our luck. Not really luck, but just the way things have gone, that we go look back at Italy in a year or two and see that Lazio's like won it twice in a row or something ridiculous. Oh, because I mean, how much success did Marseille have after we left? Oh, watch Lazio just going below that league up. Anyway, if they do, good for them. All right, we're gonna end there, and next episode will be our first two games. The first one against Watford, I believe. Yes, Watford and Manchester City and Tottenham. So many good teams we're going to play. But yeah, we'll play the Watford and we'll play the Man City and go from there. And I'm really, really hoping for an excellent season for us. We'll hopefully get it off to a good start. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you. And I hope you join me again next time. Thank you and goodbye.